Let me go back to the Ashton Kutcher picture. If you look really closely, it kind of looks like right around there, there's like he might be wearing a small GG pin, this little penguin pin. So I'm not sure if that's true or not. It looks like it though. So at Mind Research Institute, we develop a math program. We want to fix math education in the United States. And our main approach is to stop telling kids how math works, stop talking at them, and let them do math. Let them learn math by doing math. And so it's hard for me, to stand up here lecturing to you because we're telling people stop lecturing. Let them learn by doing. So really, I need to get out in the audience and let you do a little bit of math. Let's see, who should I pick? So one of our approaches is to give non-routine problems to students, problems that students have never seen before. I'm going to pick you. All right, so here's this problem. You've never seen this problem before, but you see here there's a penguin pointing into the screen. There's another penguin over here. And you can just tap on these operators and see what happens. Wait, I've already done it. Did that look like it solved the problem? What do you think you're trying to do?
I'm not sure. Move them?
Trying to move the penguin over into this orientation? All right, go for it. You can grab this. And so just see what you do. OK, so you're going to rotate it like that. So what do you think that's going to do? All right. And rotate again. And then rotate like that. All right, rotate. All right, watch what happens. Rotate like this, and then, oh my gosh, that was perfect. All right, that's good. Okay, so you can imagine this is a non-routine problem that students have never seen before. Luckily, you were able to solve it instantly, which is great. But I was hoping you'd struggle with it a little bit. Because that's what we want students to do. We want them to struggle. We want to give them non-routine problems that they've never seen before, and we want them to struggle with the math. Traditionally, math is kind of taught like this. And this is what this, here's this problem. First, you subtract 32 from each side, and this is how you do it. Now go and do that to a whole bunch of problems. And this is what it kind of does to kids. It's not effective. And so the fix is to not make math easier, or to not make it more fun, really. It's to make it more challenging. And how many people have heard of Vygotsky's zone of proximal development? OK, so Vygotsky had this idea that when you're learning, you're moving along progress, you shouldn't make it too hard, and you shouldn't make it too easy. You should be just right in the zone, so you can just keep on learning. It doesn't really take a genius to come up with the idea that when you're learning something, you should have things be just right for you. So that, it seems pretty reasonable, but it's also wrong. So Vygotsky is wrong because it turns out that periodically we found that you want to make things really, really hard, tantalizingly tricky. You want them to be really hard so that they struggle with it. And they get frustrated, they want to give up. But it's an interesting problem, so they stick at it, and they keep on working at it until they solve it, and they eventually figure it out on their own without a teacher telling them how to do it. And this is what it looks like. It feels awesome. And when you feel that way, you can feel that way with math, because math is this tantalizing, awesome thing to try to figure out. But you only get that feeling when you're doing it yourself. So instead of teaching math like this, we've built a program where it looks more like this. You're getting hands-on, you're touching it, you're feeling it, you're interacting with it, you're learning by doing. You're directly contacting mathematical ideas and struggling with it and overcoming hurdles and building persistence. And we've found that that has a big improvement. Classrooms change from looking like this to looking like this, where kids own their own learning. They're problem solving, they're collaborating, they're figuring things out. They're feeling accomplishment in a subject area that is traditionally, seen as the hardest thing. And so I really believe that if you fix math, you fix all of education. And so that's what we're trying to do. And it's working. So we right now have about 630,000 students using this approach, and everywhere we have a large-scale implementation, we're seeing double to triple the rate of growth in math proficiency. So we're accelerating the learning of math by double to triple. And look what's happening in Washington, D.C. Like pretty much 4 times the accelerated growth in how fast you can get students proficient in math. So this is what we're doing with ST Math, and we really believe that if we can stop telling kids how math works, let them learn by doing, put really interesting but challenging problems in front of them. There needs to be challenge at all the way down in preschool, needs to be much more challenging than what we currently give students. And if we do that, we can build a solid foundation in math. And if you fix math, you fix all of education. So thank you very much.